Hello and welcome to the dashboard session, swing trade setups for the week of July 27th. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This presentation is for educational purposes only. You can lose money trading. If you cannot afford to lose money, you shouldn't be trading. And remember to practice with the demo or a paper trading account with any new concept or strategy until you really get to know and understand the risk and reward potential. If you don't already have the Wavy Tunnel Pro dashboard scanner, you can go to wavytunnelpro.com/dashboard or scan the QR code here. All of these setups are based on this market map. That's what our Wavy Tunnel Pro setups are based on. When we have the strong move higher and then the correction down, this area generates fear for people. And traders tend to bail down here. And this is the breakout 4 trade. This is the trade that we typically look for when everybody else is bailing. We want to be looking for trades down here, taking the contrarian view, which Warren Buffett talks about. Be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. So that's why we do what we do. That's why we look for this area here, both on the daily and the weekly charts. And we can find these for sales as well. It's a reverse picture of this. Today, I might show you something new that we've programmed into the dashboard. And that would be once the market makes a high and we have this gray semaphore down here, you run the Fibonacci from this high price to this low price to see how far we've moved up. Okay? And we have that as a scan right now. We are going to be showing you in a next week. We're going to have a webinar on Tuesday to show you that. But we have that now, which is very exciting. I don't know if I'm going to show you that today. I might just save it for when we have our webinar. Okay, let's move on to the dashboard scanner now. And let's have a look at some of these setups. Now, this is the breakout for weekly for buys. I ran the scan. Let me just go to all symbols and let's just set up the scan ourselves. So we're going to do prices greater than $25. We're going to do volume greater than 500. We want the weekly trend to be up or neutral, I suppose. And we would like to search for, why don't we do the longs and the shorts on the weekly? So we'll do the okay, why don't we do all these? Buys and the sells. Less than 10 candles ago. Oh, it's still okay. I have to start this over again. All right, let me start this over again. There we go. Price greater than 25, volume greater than 500. Weekly trend is, it's going to be up and down and neutral. So I don't really have to check anything off, okay? Because we decided that we're going to do the sells as well. We're going to do the buy ready, the sell ready, the buy signal, the sell signal, and we'll do it less than 10 candles. So we have 81 prospects here. We have the red, which are the shorts, and then if we click on this, we have the longs. So let's start with the shorts. And these are the ones that have just set up. Let me go to the next to see. Okay, we only have 3 that have closed below the filter. So let's start with those. QRVO. I'm just going to open this up. So we have had a downtrend, a nice downtrend. We had a breakout 4 signal over here. We came down and we got a purple semaphore, the end of the swing move. And then we retraced again and bounced off of that. So we closed below the filter over here. And this is where we are. We've come down a lot since we bounced. We've come down about $20 since we had the signal all the way up here. I'm just going to leave this for now. I'm not going to put this on the watch list. Let's look at the next one. Yep, so that has bounced off nicely as well. I'll leave that. And let's look at the final one. Okay, this is interesting. We did bounce off of this signal, but now the wave is crossing above the tunnel. So that's trouble. That's trouble. That could mean that we are headed back up again. It can mean a lot of things, but it's not something that I'd be interested in watching from this point forward. So let's just go back up to this, to the readies. The ready just means that the gray semaphore prints. Let's look at this picture. These are the shorts. We came from a nice downtrend, and now we are correcting this downtrend. This looks pretty choppy. So I'm going to put this on the watch list. We want choppy. We don't want impulsive. Impulsive means that we're probably gearing up to go back up again. Maybe this is a good watch. So let's just add this to the watch list. And I set up the watch list for 727 swing trade. So now that's on the watch list. Let's go to the next one. This I'm not so keen on because the wave is about ready to cross the tunnel. So I'm not so keen on adding this to the watch list. Oh, and the other thing that I want to put here, I want to put the sector so I can see what sector we're in. Okay. And the other thing that I'd like to do is see if it is optionable. So let me check that off. And we can still see the weekly. Okay. Actually, why don't I just make it optionable and we'll just look at the optionable trades and then I can get rid of optionable. Yeah. So now they're all optionable. Okay, next one. Let's have a look. This has been a choppy one, hasn't it? Fairly choppy. Let's just go back a little bit further. So we had a very strong uptrend here, and then we failed. We failed, and we had a nice correction. But this is the weekly, so it wasn't just a correction. The wave actually went below the tunnel. So that doesn't bode well for CRL, does it? Doesn't bode well. We had a very, very solid move higher. My gosh, it 4 times. The peak was in 2021. And we haven't been able to recover since. So we had the peak, and then we came down, and then we tried to move back up, and we came down and made it lower low, and now we're trying to make our way back up again. But this could be a reversal point. So let's put this on the watch list. Let's look at the next one. Best Buy. Hey, everybody knows Best Buy. Let's have a look. Why is that not doing well? Okay. So this did well. This is the weekly. We had a nice uptrend. That ended also around here, so also in 2021. And we came down, we had a noble, we had a correction back up again, and we made a new low. And now we have a nice three-wave move up. Is this going to start to head up again? Could do, but I'm going to put this on the watch list. Healthcare. Yeah, this was a nice three-wave move up. I like three-wave moves for this breakout for sell. I'm going to stick this on the watch list. It's when we have a strong five-wave move up that I am less likely to put it on the watch list. But this is only a three-wave move up. This goes on the watch list. Done. Next. And that was a healthcare stock. This is Crocs, consumer cyclical. Okay, I can see already that I'm not interested in this. Why aren't I interested? The wave is crossing the tunnel. That's why I'm not interested. We could have a bounce down into the wave from this level. We could. I'll put it on the watch list for the bounce, but it's not a, for me, it's not a sell. It's more of a bounce for a buy. So if you're listening to this video, I'll add it to the watch list because it looks interesting anyway. Etsy. Yeah, I think I'm going to say the same thing for Etsy. Maybe not. Well, for Etsy, we have a nice three-wave bounce. I'm going to put this on the watch list. This, if it just ends in three waves and we start to come down below the filter, then we could possibly head lower. So this is just this is an alert sort of to say, take a look at this, but we want to see a close below the filter before we take any action. So we're going to put this on the watch list. Oh, and I forget to check on Crocs how that last leg moved higher. How did it move up? Did it move up in three waves as well, or more five waves? Let's take a look. Okay, it's also moving up in three waves. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It did move up in three waves. So if we come back down and then make a new high, that would be your five-wave move. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is a healthcare stock. Okay, we're looking at the shorts now for those of you that just came in. Yeah, this looks like a pretty strong move up. I don't see a three-wave move. This does not go on the watch list. The wave is crossing above the tunnel. Not now, but it's pointed up. Communication services. Let's look at this one. Match group. Okay. Yeah, this is a nice three-wave move up into the tunnel, and this is a beautiful downtrend, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know how much further this is going to go before it goes out of business. Look at this. From $180 down to $37. Okay, I'll put this on the watch list. And these are all stocks with options. We're going to look at a couple more and then we're going to look at the longs. And I think I will, maybe I will show you one of the enhancements. Okay. Yeah, this is not such a nice looking chart. I mean, yeah, we do have the Noble that is technically a breakout four trade, and we do have a long candle moving down, but this is not a very clean looking picture. What I want to see is I want to see a nice downtrend and then a retracement for a short. So this is a no-go. No-go on the watch list. Next, we'll just do a couple more here. This looks like it's a go-go on the watch list, but we had a very, very strong move down already. So this is a downtrend, and then we have a correction. We have do have a three-wave move into here. Let's put this on the watch list. I am going to kick down to a four, a ready four. Let's have a look at this. Okay. This is a very, very strong downtrend. Yeah, we've come down from almost $225. We have a Royal, Noble, and then a Royal. This is one of our trades, by the way. When we have a Royal, Noble, we typically look for a lower Royal, which we got. And now this is, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is looking like it's a five-wave move up. Wave 3, unless this is a leading diagonal, let's just have a look. Yeah, this looks like a leading diagonal. It could be a leading diagonal. So with a leading diagonal, we could come down from this level before going up again. So I'll put this on the watch list. Or it could just be a correction. Okay. Yeah. Let's stick it on the watch list. Okay. We may as well just finish these up. Okay. I'm going to put this on the watch list. This looks pretty good as well. We came down. We're retracing back up again. Financial services one. Let's look at that. This is a three-wave move up. This is. Actually, you could look at this differently. Mm. It's okay to put on the watch list, but as soon as this wave goes above if this goes above the tunnel, then I would no longer be counting this as an ABC move. I would more count this as maybe a wave one, wave two, and this could be the start of a move higher. All right, we'll put this on the watch list. Let's look at Target. How is Target looking these days? Hey, bearish, 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 and this is a correction. I don't really see a nice three-wave move here. And if the wave crosses above the tunnel, anyway, it's a no-go. I'm going to leave this alone. Let's look at some of the longs now. This was a nice uptrend, and we had this looks to be a three-wave correction. But look at where the wave is. It's in the tunnel right now, but it could easily go below the tunnel. I'm going to leave this one. Toast. I think this looks like a nice one. Mm, look at how the wave is almost below the tunnel. This pattern looked really nice but I didn't, but now I see that we probably have to leave this one. The wave looks like it's going to cross down below the tunnel, so I'm not putting this on the watch list. And I want to look for a particular stock that has maybe taken off that I want to show you something. Ah, okay. It's already on here. Um, okay, let me delete those were Fibonacci levels. This is an interesting one. Do you see how we have a nice uptrend and then a nice correction down below the tunnel? And the wave is not in the tunnel. I'm going to put this on the watch list. This looks like a nice one. And let me show you what we have right now. I'm cheating. I'm going to show you. If we go under indicators and we look at breakout four fibs, look what happens. If we have that indicator on the charts, and this is with the new release, and you do have access to this now, look what happens. It automatically takes from this price high to this price low to see where we are. And right now we're trading at the 38.2%. Isn't this cool? So I like this one. And if this starts to head higher and starts to go above 50% and potentially 61.8%, then we could potentially move higher. Remember that a correction is typically between 38 and 50%. So a correction of this move down. If we are to head lower, that's where the corrective retracement ends. Once we start to go above 50 and above 61.8, especially, the correction is over and we are likely headed higher. So that's a very cool addition to the scanner. Let's put this on the watch list. Okay, here's another one. Now it's automatically drawing the Fibonacci on all of these charts. That's crazy. When have you ever seen that before? Where you don't have to literally draw it yourself and it's already drawn. See, I let the cat out of the bag too soon. We're gonna show this to you next week along with some other enhancements. So I'll just this is a tease. This is a tease. Okay. But next week, we'll show you what you can do with this. So this is just a tease. How cool is this? Great tease. All right, let's get back to the mission in hand, which is to see what we put on the watch list. I'm not going to put this on the watch list because the wave is crossing down below the tunnel. Let's go to the next one. MasterCard. I know this is an expensive stock, but oh my goodness, look where we are. Look where we are. We closed above the 61.8%. And guess where we are today? We're much higher. Case in point. Really, once we went above 50%, we retested it and then off we went. Okay, you can continue to watch this. I'll stick this on the watch list. Okay, next. This is a beautiful three-wave move down. The wave is above the tunnel. I'm sticking this on the watch list. This is a nice one. Unilever. No, this is a no-go. Look at how weak this looks anyway, and the wave is below the tunnel here. So no, the wave is in the tunnel, but it's heading below. Let's look at the next one. So hopefully you see what we're looking for here. Okay, the wave is in the tunnel for this one as well, but it's still above the tunnel. Let's see. This is questionable. I think the pattern looks okay, but it could easily, it needs to start to show some resiliency. If we don't, then we're going to make a new low. But I can put this on the watch list. Okay, we'll look at a few more. You know what I'm going to do? I want to look at the ones where the weekly trend is green and not sideways. So I'm going to skip down to this one because that's what I really want to see. Okay, where it's green. Oh my goodness, look at this. 5 candles. And look where we are. We closed above 61.8 already. We had a nice 3-wave move down here and then blast off. Let's see where we're trading today. 83. So we're a buck high, almost $1 higher. Okay, it's well, we have to watch this level. I mean, this is really another kind of entry because it's off the lows, but we're accelerating. There's momentum in this, and if there's momentum on this then it means that it can go higher. So I'm going to stick this on the watch list. BJ, we're trading at 94.77, so we're up $2 from Friday's close. And this is a nice pattern, a beautiful pattern. We've been putting this on the watch list every week, and it's performing very well. Let's stick it on there again. Okay. Intercontinental Exchange, we're trading at 147, so it's up also a couple dollars. We did this is a nice uptrend and nice three-wave move down. This is a nice one. It's a very nice one. And as we head higher through these Fibonacci levels, that's what we want to see for momentum for any stock. Let's stick this on the watch list. Let's look at Baba. 114 is where we are now. So we are also up a couple of dollars from the close. Now this is a little bit different. We had a very strong downtrend, and then the wave crossed above the tunnel, and we got this purple semaphore. So this is a little bit different of a different pattern than every other stock we've looked at that we've liked. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the pattern is still there, but I don't know. I'll stick it on the watch list, but it's not my fave, gotta say. Okay, I don't see any more with the, oh, here we go. All right, CME. I'm gonna get rid of this handy dandy indicator. Okay. Yeah, I mean this looks pretty nice. Very nice. We're gonna put this on the watch list. Let's see if there's anything else that we want to take a look at. KR. Yeah, this looks very nice. I don't really see a very great three-wave move. So it was kind of we started back here, we came down, we went up, we just made a new high, and then we came down. So I would look at this as a three-wave corrective move, like in a regular flat kind of behavior. So that's why it's okay. I'm going to stick this on the watch list. Let's see, anything else? Oh, IBM. That just printed. Ah, it printed twice. Okay. Um, okay, look what happened here. I mean, this was the purple semaphore. We came down. We did have a signal back here, and then we made a new high. and we came back down again. So very, very volatile, very, very volatile. We're at a really a critical juncture here. Are we going to hold it or not? Let's just leave this for now. Okay, there are a lot more stocks here. Um, this is up $20 already today, but it's an expensive stock. I mean, this was a nice pattern into these lows. Um, but very volatile and an expensive stock. I'm just going to leave that. Okay, low. I think we made a new low here. Haha. Yeah, it looks like we did. All right, we're up $4 on this one, but let's have a look. Yeah, this is bouncy, bouncy. Came down, we bounced. We came down, we bounced. We snuck out a new high. We came down. Are we going to bounce? I mean, this could be well supported here. We were well supported many times before, so that can go on the watch list. We do want to see it closing above the filter. Let me see if there are any questions here. Any questions or comments? Is the breakout 4 daily used for day trading and the breakout 4 weekly for swing trading? And are the recordings available on the web? Yes, the recordings are available. They're posted on the web and under dashboard. And actually, this recording, it'll also be on YouTube. But you should be getting an email for the recording once I post it. The breakout 4 daily could be used for day trading. Yes, absolutely. The breakout 4 weekly, have a look. When you get a signal on the weekly, you can have a look at the daily. Let's take an example. Let us take an example. Do we want to look at lows? Let me see. Which one do we want to take a look at for an example? Okay, let's look at lows. It's fine. So this is the weekly, and it's end of day, but let's just go down to the daily. You have a weekly signal. Now let's look at the daily. What's happening on the daily is the wave is below the tunnel, and we have where we have the noble on the weekly, we have the purple, the royal on the daily. And then if you want to go down to your smaller time frames, you want to see about a close above the daily filter. So you can actually, if you have your charts live on, let's say, TradingView, you can definitely look at the smaller time frames, the 15-minute, the hourly, and just mark off your levels on those charts. So you would mark off your level, okay, for the filter, let's say, the daily filter. And that would be 208.50. Okay. And then you come here and let's open up this chart. I open up this chart. Oh, let me see. I don't think I can. Let me see if I can put, no, I don't think I can. Hang on. No, I can't open it. No. All right. So with this chart here, you would put 208.50. Well, this is where we opened higher than that. We opened at 209.50. Okay, so this is a good indication. This is at the market open. 208.50, a close above that is, by our definition, the filter is a buy. So here we go. I mean, you buy at 209.50, it went as high as 212.50. There's your day trade. You buy at the open. There's your day trade, for example. Oh, okay. I'm gonna what time is it? 12:41. All right. Are there any questions? I am going to show you where the when I stop the recording, I'll show you where the recordings are. Okay. All right. Let's see if there's anything else. One more. We'll do one more. Uber. Yeah, this is a nice uptrend and a nice correction down. I would put this on the watch list, and we would want to close above the filter. So let's just stick this on the watch list. Okay. All right. I think that's about it for today. I am going to be away for the next 3 weeks, so I'm not going to be holding these dashboard sessions for the next 3 weeks. So I will likely hold my next one at the end of the month. But next week, on August 4th, we are going to have a session. Daniel and I are going to be doing a session to show all of the new releases on the dashboard scanner and how exciting it is. So then you'll have a few weeks to try these out and to look for scans, new scans. We're going to introduce some new scans. Very exciting. So that'll be on Tuesday next week, August 4th at 4 o'clock. So thank you. I'm just going to stick around to answer these questions, and we will see you in a couple weeks.